Hi everyone, Maggie here. Hope you're well. I'm back to working on my dress, my Butterick 6956. I'm gonna finish that up. I'd like to finish it up this weekend. One thing that I did work on was I made some of these little kind of like spaghetti strap type things. Because I'm going to be making loops for the front of the dress. Yeah. So I'm up to step 5, which is sewing the darts on the back of the dress. So I will be doing that, and we'll just get right into it, I think. I have the darts pinned. So, and I hope my machine is all ready to go. Let's see if it is. Okay. Alright. I haven't been sewing for, it's been like over a week. But I want to finish this up. I've had like a busy week and did not get any sewing done. So, I think this is going to be a sewing weekend for me. I don't like the way that is. Hold on a minute. I might want to do actually two. Well, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but today is the 27th, and I wanted to get like 2 things done. If I can get this dress done, that would be great. And then there's another item I want to get done from some fabric that I've had in my stash a long time. And it's actually another contest. Okay, so I just sewed right off the end there of my dart. Now let's see how that did. Okay, I guess that looks pretty good. Alright, take the pins out and we'll do the other one. I have to tie this off. So unfortunately this kind of went off the end. So I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna pick this out a little bit. Let me see. Well, yeah, I think I'm going to pick it out because I don't really have anything to tie off here. So I'm going to pick it out a little bit. I have to get warmed up because I haven't sewn in about a week, and that's usually when I make mistakes, when I'm just not really warmed up. Once I get into the groove, everything is fine. Whoops. So yeah, last weekend I was kind of like I think it was a babysitting weekend. Was that a babysitting weekend? I think it was. So really didn't get any sewing done last weekend. And maybe it's been 2 weekends, and then I had a high school reunion. I don't want to say what number it was, which was really a lot of fun. Got to see some of my high school friends from way back, from my high school that I hadn't seen in a long time. Brought back a lot of memories, and my memory is for that time period is really not that great, but I do remember and some people I did not really recognize very well, but some people look exactly the same as that they did in high school. So that was really pretty amazing. Okay, so let's see if we can get the end of this dart. Well, some people you could not miss. We had like name tags. So that did help some, but some people I would have never recognized them without the name tag. But it was a lot of fun. It was in the hometown. I don't know how great that dart is. This is kind of like the dart in the back of the dress. Whoop, there. Okay, I think it's actually fine. All right, let's do the other one. The main thing is just getting them consistent. So yeah, it was quite fun. And well, we're all a lot older now, and we probably won't have another reunion. And we actually we had like a commemoration. I was surprised how many people had already passed away. So we had like a commemoration board for some of the people. So that was amazing, but the people who put together the event, they did a really nice job, and they had to find everyone, so that was hard. So usually when I do darts, I try to compare them to make sure that they're about the same length, which these are. So, okay, so I think that ought to work. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the next step, which is, oh, it's still step 5. Okay, so, and I'm working on the front pieces. There are some darts on the front piece, but they're not having us do that yet. That's in step 6. So let me just get my front piece, or excuse me, one of my front pieces. So this is the top of the sleeve right here. So that is going to be gathered. So I'm going to baste that. I'm going to do like a basting stitch on that. So on each one of those. So I'm going to increase this stitch length here to 3. I'll make it a little more than 3. Okay, and I'm going to do it a little less than 5/8 of an inch. And I'm going to run, I probably should run 2 stitching lines, but I think one ought to do it. So I'm going to run a stitching line like a little less than, that I can gather. It's a little less than 5/8. Then I can sew on the outside of it and it won't show. Okay, all right, there's that. Okay, let me do the other one. I got all my pieces here. If I can find them. Oh, here's the other one. Oh, I actually have the dart pinned on this one. So let me do that gathering line and I'll sew that dart. So here is the top of the sleeve here, okay? This is the collar piece right here, okay? This is the top of the sleeve. Okay, I'm gonna do my gathering line. It has like a slit that I already cut. I already kind of pre-cut that. It's interesting how they did the bodice on dresses in those days. And this pattern is no exception. You know, it's different. Okay, so I think I'm going to go ahead and sew this dart, and this is the dart for one of the fronts. There's 2 front pieces. And so I'll go back to my regular stitch length here. It's going to get a little noisy in here now. There we go. Okay, the dog just got back from his walk. Okay. Take my pin out. Okay. Run my stitching off, and then I tie a knot at the end. That's what I normally do when I do darts. Okay. All right. Hi everyone, Maggie here. Back to work on the top part of my dress. And I'm up to step 6, so I'm doing the center back of the collar, doing a 5/8 of an inch seam here. Okay, and then I will be attaching a new back stitch here, and then I'm going to be attaching the sleeves. I did complete both darts on the front, and I ironed them open. Back tackle here. Okay. All right. So here are the shoulders here. Okay, so I'm going to be pinning the shoulders to this is the back piece, this is the front. So this gets eased in here. All right, and let me just move things around a little bit because this is gonna take a minute to do. Okay, here we go. This will take 1 minute. All right. Okie dokie. So this gets pinned in here. I did start easing this a little bit. So I'm gonna put my pins in. Be doing kind of like a dart. It has like an interesting dart along the front. As I mentioned, that's kind of like how they did things in those days. Not a lot of easing, just a little bit. Okay, there's that one. Now I gotta do this one. Just a little bit of easing. Make sure I get the bobbin piece. Let's see, I think, I'm not sure which one was the bobbin in this case. Let's see. Usually you can tell by looking at the stitches. I think this is the bobbin here. If it doesn't pull easily, okay, yeah, that's the bobbin thread. If it doesn't pull easily, that's usually not the bobbin. Usually the bobbin pulls a little bit easier, so I just need a few gathers. Okay. Should be pretty easy. I'm thinking of getting some red baby doll shoes to wear with this dress. I think that will look cute. And I did actually order, I might be doing covered buttons, so I ordered some a covered button kit. It's not coming for a day or two, and I may actually do covered buttons for this. So okay, so I got that pinned, and we're gonna get back into position here. Okay, so we can sew there. Okay, you can see my messy table. All right. I usually like to sew with the gathered edge up, but everybody does things differently. Other people like to do it the other way because they like to have the feed dogs, but I kind of like to feed my gathers a little bit. So that's why I do it this way. And this is just kind of like slight gathers. But I am always willing to try different things. Anyone who wants can leave me comments. I have had some suggestions on different ways to like pin things, and that is always helpful. I don't want to get stuck in the mud, so there's that. We're going to do the other one. Okay. Oh, didn't need to do that. 5/8 of an inch seam again. So I usually try to do like an hour or two sewing session at night. So it's like a Friday night. I don't have to get up early tomorrow, so. All right. So those seams are done. Okay, so I need to stop and do some pressing, and then this will get attached. It's like a dart. This is like a dart, and it gets sewn on here this collar piece. Yeah, so I'm gonna stop here for a minute. Hi everyone, Maggie, I'm back. I am still working on step 6, and what I'm doing is the second part of step 6 here. I am sewing this back neck seam and dart, and I went ahead and pinned it. It has like a dart here. I know it looks, sorry about the fact that it looks kind of messy here. Okay, so I went ahead and I drew a line here for the dart, just because it makes it easier to sew. It's cut open, as you can see. So I'm going to start in the middle and sew, you know, down to the dart. Okay, and then I'm going to start in the middle on the other side also. So here we go. For this part, it's 5/8 of an inch, and I have it all pinned. I have to, it kind of has a little, slight little turn in it, so I got to make sure everything's good and flat. Put the dot, I did the dot there. There's dots on the pattern. There's like a slight little jog here. Okay. And you have to kind of, and it goes over a seam, the shoulder seam actually. So you have to like kind of go carefully there. And this is the dart, it goes into this dart here. I find with darts, I actually do like to draw them, and I measured to make sure that they're both the same length on each side, and I drew like a little mark there so I'd know where I wanted to finish the dart. So, okay, so I just have to do the other side there. I just have to do the other side, which I think I'll just do the other side off camera, but that's what it looks like that. Okay. Hi everyone, I'm back again. Okay, so I have my skirt front here, and I have my bodice here, and we're up to step 7, and so it says to base the skirt, bodice, center backs, sides matched, and front edges even. So I'm gonna pin it, and I'm gonna just like pin the bodice kind of like inside the skirt, matching everything up. So I have it inside here. These front edges, here's the front edge of the skirt, and you can see the pockets. Okay, I'm going to give it like a little bit because I serged this edge here, so I'm going to give that just like maybe like 1/8 of an inch or whatever, because probably like 1/8 of an inch was like shaved off of there. And I'm going to match up my seams. Okay, this is my side seam here, the side seam to my skirt, and the side seam to everything's, looks like everything is matching up nicely. So I'm going to match that up. Okay. They don't have to be perfect, but I want to get them just so. I think I need better lighting. It's late at night, and I think I'm just going to have to bite the bullet and get some lights. Okay, I'm actually going to put a pin here because there's a dart here. I have a nice basting line here that I put here. I'm actually glad I did because it makes it easier to pin. Center back of the, I should be able to find the center back here. I think it's like right here. I can just barely pressed. I shouldn't have pressed it. But we'll just match these together because the dots disappeared. But we'll get the middle. We'll get that middle here. Okay, we'll just finger press it. Okay, and match that up to the center back here of the bodice. Pin that in place. Okay. Go back and do these pins here. Dart. I gotta make sure it's going in the right direction. Now it says to baste it and then try it on. Maybe I'll actually do that. And then sew it. That's what it says to do. Baste it, try it on, and then sew it. And I have my handy dandy dress form. So I can actually put it on the dress form because I have it all set at my measurements. Okay, here's the other seam that I need to match up. And this is just like inside the skirt. Just have this inside the skirt here. Okay. Match this seam. Is matching up pretty good, which is nice. That will make it easier. So I think I will baste it and put it on the dress form. And I think that's probably all I am going to get done tonight, and we'll do some more tomorrow. Let's see. This is a sewing weekend. Since it's a sewing weekend, okay. Justifying that just a little bit because probably shaved off a little bit there. Okay, I've got my pleats here that I have to kind of be careful of in my pockets here. So there's kind of like lots of layers. Here's the dart. Okay. I have this basting line, which will make it easier. Okay. Excuse me. Hi everyone, I'm back. I'm trying a different microphone. I hope that it works. I hope it helps. Sometimes I get washed out. So I have my stitch length set at 3.10. And I'm just going to go ahead and baste this skirt and bodice together, and then I'm gonna, I think I'll put it on the dress form, or actually maybe I'll even try it on, I don't know, we'll see. But it's gonna stay on the dress form tonight and just kind of like hang there. I don't think I have the energy to do some of the fiddly stuff that has to be done, which like the button placket. I think I'll wait till after I've slept for a few hours, and that I'm well rested, because you don't want to sew when you're like too tired. Because then you tend to make mistakes, especially if you're doing something fiddly, which that is going to be fiddly doing, because I'm going to actually try to do the loops, button loops, and I have a few different options for the buttons. I have some black buttons that I purchased, but I'm thinking I might do covered buttons of this fabric. I think that actually might look nice with this. So I ordered some covered buttons, and they're coming on Sunday. So I won't actually be able to put the buttons on. I'll have to make them. It's a button kit. So I won't actually be sewing the buttons on until Sunday. Now, I gotta make sure I have that going in the right direction. Towards the middle, yeah. I pasted on wrong. I'm likely to make a mistake. And then I also got some like pearlized, like off-white buttons, and I think it might even, I have those 3 different options that I can try and see which one I like the best. But I think I am going to try to do, the other thought I had was to, they have the elastic loop tape that you can buy also, and I was thinking of using that, but because I just think it's going to take so much time to like undo the buttons on this dress, but hopefully I won't have to undo it all the way when I get into it. We'll see. There's like 20 different buttons, so, but it will be, it'll be a labor of love. Oops. So I'm just basting this skirt on to the bodice, making sure everything's flat, that my darts are in the right direction. And then we're going to do the try on. Let me try on the dress form. Put over that the pocket, which is, and the pleats, which are kind of heavy duty here. Not to get any puckers. Okay. Everything is lining up good, which I'm happy about that. Okay. Alright. We'll have to see what the proof is in the pudding here. I'm going to take the pins out here. Oh, looks like I sewed that seam closed. That'll be alright. I can open that up. This is just basting this together for a try on. Okay, so I think that is it for tonight. To be continued. All right.
Okay, so this is what she looks like on the dress form, without her sleeves or anything, but you can kind of get an idea of how it's going to turn out. Okay, the skirt is just basted on.